Hey friends, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me for another plant video. Today I'm going to be showing you what I call my teeny tiny totsters, which are my little baby plants. They're adorable. Some of them I actually grew from seed, which I am so proud of. Some of them are tiny and they're just gonna get bigger. And then some of them are tiny because they're like a tiny type of plant that will just stay tiny. I love tiny plants. I love big plants though too. So generally I do prefer to buy plants small and watch them size up because first of all, they're usually cheaper when they're small, but also because the process of growing a plant is really rewarding and often plants can kind of change as they mature. So I love baby plants and I'm probably gonna put on my macro lens for some parts so that you can really see all the details of the plant. Hopefully you're into that. Let's just get started. All right, first up are these little anthurium seedlings. These are magnificum crossed with crystallinum, crossed with self, and I grew these from seed, which is super, super exciting. I bought the anthurium seeds from Jenna's Plants on Instagram. I don't think she sells seeds all the time. I think it's more of just like a hobby, but I could be wrong. This plant obviously is the most mature plant, but underneath there are two less mature plants, but they are definitely still alive and they are so cute. I can't even handle it. And I got these seeds. I bought 6 seeds and I have 4 plants. So 2 of them didn't make it, but honestly, probably if I was more experienced, they would have all made it because they all sprouted. But I lost 2 when I switched them from perlite to soil. I germinated all of the seeds in perlite and then I switched them into soil once they were, in my opinion, strong enough, but 2 of them did make it. But honestly, 4 making it is really amazing. I'm growing these guys in my cabinet so that they have, you know, maximum humidity and just the happiest atmosphere. This leaf just opened up recently and how beautiful. I'm so excited to see these leaves in their mature form, but also I am just really enjoying watching them grow, watching them mature. This bigger leaf has quite a bit of iridescence on it, whereas the leaves when they were younger really didn't have that. So that is so cool to see that that just appears at a certain point. Very, very, very fun to watch. And I highly recommend trying to grow anthurium from seed. It was really easy. This was the first time I've ever done that. I've definitely germinated many, many seeds though for my garden. So I did have some experience in germination and this wasn't that different from germinating, let's say a tomato plant or something. And it was really, really fun. This is my variegated jade plant and I did get this fairly recently, probably 2 months ago. This is going to get a lot larger. I have a regular green jade plant and I love it. I received it as a cutting and I didn't really think I needed a variegated jade plant, but when I saw this one at the nursery, it had so much cream on it and it has even a little bit of pink. Where's the pink? You can see there's a little bit of pink there, which I think is really, really cool. I assume that is just sun stress. I have this right under a grow light in the hopes of promoting a little bit more pink. I know that jade plants, you know, can live forever and I just couldn't resist. These brown spots have appeared since bringing the plant home though, and I'm wondering what that's about. Like this little brown margin. I'm not sure if maybe it got too dry. I haven't been, this actually could be watered right now, so maybe it got too dry. I'm not sure, but overall jade plants in my experience are really, really easygoing and I would love to see this grow really, really big. I feel like jade plants are just so sculptural, if that makes sense. Like they just look like a work of art at all times. And the fact that this had variegation, I just couldn't resist. It was a very good price. I think it was like $4. And so yeah, brought that home. I've really, really been enjoying it. Next we have my philodendron biliettiere, and I honestly can't handle how adorable this is. It is so tiny and I know that it's gonna get so much bigger. Here she is up close. Philodendron biliettiere was not a plant that was on my wish list. I think it's a really beautiful plant, but I just wasn't obsessed with it like I am with other plants. But when I saw the baby version, I don't know. It was also a very good price, so maybe that also made me just think I should buy it. The newest leaf is so adorable. I've been surprised at how firm or sturdy this leaf is compared to my other philodendrons. Like, it kind of almost feels cardboard-ish. I look forward to seeing how the leaf shape elongates as the plant matures. This plant also really reminds me of my philodendron Verde because my Verde has lost all of its variegation. So the leaves actually are very, very similar. And we'll see how they kind of compare as this plant matures. And there's of course always hope that my Verde refines its variegation. We're not giving up on that yet, but we'll see. I love that there's like kind of a pinkish margin on this plant as well. Anyway, super excited to watch this grow. Like I said, this wasn't on my wish list, and I know that this plant's gonna get really, really big, which I don't exactly have space for, but the benefit of buying a plant when it's tiny is you have time to figure out where this plant will live. Who knows? I mean, this is morbid, but probably a few of my plants will die in the next couple of years, and hopefully this plant is still alive, and by the time it is huge, there will be space. I mean, that's what I tell myself anyway. You never know. Also, my plant collection might just expand into another room. You never know. And that is not a pest, I don't think. That is just dirt. Let's double check while we're here. Yes, just dirt. We're good. My next little baby was also grown from seed. This is my adenium obesum, or desert rose. It actually needs to be watered right now. You can see the stem is pretty wrinkly. It's called adenium obesum because the stem gets really, really chonky as it matures, which is really, really cute. Now, I planted these seeds, I'm gonna say like 5 years ago. This plant has been on a journey. I'm gonna focus on the stem because it's so cute. So like I said, it's quite wrinkled right now, which means it needs to be watered. And when it's watered, it's so chonky and plump, which is really, really cute. And I actually really appreciate that it tells me when it's thirsty by getting kind of wrinkly like that. Now you can see up here that this plant was originally just like growing straight and there was leaves up there. And then, silly me, I assumed that this plant should grow under a grow light because, you know, it's a succulent kind of. So I put it under a grow light and the leaves just kept burning off. Because this was quite a few years ago, I didn't really realize that that's what was going on. I thought it was just kind of struggling, but that the grow light was helping it. But no, actually the grow light was burning the leaves. So that's why there's kind of this thing here. At some point, the tip of the plant actually was burning off, and I just cut it off, and then I kind of realized, oh, it's the grow light. And I now have it just like in a windowsill, so it's getting tons of light, but not that intense burning grow light. Now it's doing well. It doesn't have a ton of leaves, but I think it's still kind of in recovery mode. I feel bad because, you know, it was growing so well and then I was burning it, but this is learning. I got these seeds from a company called Unusual Seeds, and they have all kinds of interesting seeds. And this one was quite a unique desert rose. It has very interesting blooms, but again, I don't actually remember the type of it, but I remember that I bought the seeds because it had such a cool bloom. Who knows if I will ever actually get this plant to bloom, like it might be 20 years from now. But I just think it is still so cute. The little stem, I don't know what it is. It's so adorable. And it lives in this little bunny pot on a windowsill. It wasn't very difficult to germinate these seeds. I would recommend trying it if you're interested. But definitely don't put it under grow light. And desert roses, I mean, they're not expensive. It's not like I had to grow it from seed. I've seen them at the grocery store for like $10. But it was the process. I was just interested in trying to grow a succulent from a seed. I know that Unusual Seeds at the time had tons of different seeds for all different succulents. But this seemed like an easy plant to grow, like not easy, but compared to other succulents, I thought I would have a lot more success. I mean, who knows if I had success? Like, you guys decide. This is 5 years in and this is all I have. But for me, it's been a journey and I've learned a lot as I went. And, you know, she's cute. Another baby philodendron. This is my philodendron Ring of Fire. I can't even handle how adorable this is. And this plant was kind of like the philodendron biliettiere. It wasn't on my wish list or anything. I have a really big philodendron jungle boogie, which has a similar leaf shape to the ring of fire with kind of like the jagged edges. So I didn't really feel like I needed the philodendron ring of fire or whatever. It wasn't on my wish list. But then I saw this baby plant and the variegation was just really cute. This bright leaf, it has now faded to yellow, but it was kind of pinkish when I bought it, which was really amazing. And again, kind of like the biliettiere, do I have room for it? No, I definitely don't have room for a full-sized philodendron ring of fire, but maybe by the time it is full-sized, I will have the space. Let's hope so. In the meantime, it's just a really, really cute plant. I love looking at the variegation and I hope that it's as easy to grow as my philodendron jungle boogie. And my next plant is this little propagation. This is a begonia leaf propagation. I believe this is a begonia zumba, but I am not 100% sure. In the front, just looks like half a leaf. In the back, we have all these little teeny tiny begonia leaves. I love this propagation method. It is amazing to watch how plants reproduce just from a single leaf. It is so exciting. The little hairs on those begonia leaves, I mean, can you even handle it? And I love how the leaves are so tiny, but they still have their little splotches of red, which is really interesting. I feel like when you grow plants through propagation or whatever, you see so many more stages of them. Because had I not done this propagation, I would have assumed that this plant sort of acquires variegation as it matures. But no, the teeny tiny leaves have their variegation already, which is really, really interesting to me. I'll show you the leaf up close as well. So it's really cool. The leaf still looks really healthy, even though it's been, you know, cut and put in soil. I think we're going on about 2 months at this point to get to here. I know that that big leaf will eventually die off, of course, but it's still sustaining the little leaves, which is really, really cool. Like I said, I think this is begonia zumba. But if you know another name for it, please let me know. I found it quite difficult to identify it. I just found this at my local nursery and thought it looked so cool. Actually, I didn't find it. My husband bought it for me. I shouldn't take credit, but so adorable. All right, friends, that is all from me for today. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing all my little teeny tiny plants. I hope you have a wonderful day and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.